Oh, Jeff, thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
Of course, of
Yes.
course.
Our hometown hero returns. This is Jeff Jenkins, y'all, from Never Say Never on National Geographic. And when I tell you that he has done something that many of us would only dream about, and that many of us would have nightmares about, this man is traveling he's traveled 40 countries.
45 countries.
45 countries.
Yes.
And he has done excursions that we would like read about in a book. Like, just think about it and say, no, next.
Yes.
But he's doing it. He's doing it. Jeff, what made you want to do this?
You know, I mean, when I was already traveling for like the past 17 years, the thing when I started Chubby Diaries, I was in this place of like, how do I redefine what travel looks like? And so it was like, I'm gonna just put myself out there. I'm gonna start doing things that you normally don't see a lot of plus size people doing or a lot of black people doing. So I was like, I just want to experience it for myself. I kept hearing murmurs about like people going scuba diving. And I was like, oh, you know what? I want to learn how to scuba dive. And I'm an advanced scuba diver. And it's just like different cultural things that you would think, or different activities that you think that our culture wouldn't do. I wanted to change that.
And he has done that. Let me tell you something. His very first trip was taken at the time. He was still a teacher.
Yep. I was a college student.
College student.
Yep, at 20.
At FAMU.
Yep, at FAMU.
And then later on, he used that to become a teacher.
Yes.
Choir teacher.
Yes.
Can you sing?
I can.
Can you?
I won't do it today.
That's
my allergies acting up right now.
I'll let you get away with that one. I'll let you get away with that one. But the next time we meet in the Stanley Steamer Performance Studio on One Take Live, you have to do that for me.
Yes, ma'am.
But listen, first trip taken at the age of 20.
Yes.
To Japan. And he realized that as a plus size traveler, there's not a whole lot happening in Japan for plus size folk.
Yeah,
how did that make you feel? And how did they treat you?
Well, that's a great question. I realized that there was not any store that I can go into, because even like straight body people here in Austin, or not Austin, in America, they couldn't fit the clothes that was there. But so they definitely, when they saw me, they was over there like, yeah, we don't think we got your size, buddy. But then it was that I got compared to being a sumo wrestler, like while I was there, but just because I was larger. And I actually was offended by it at first, but then I found out that sumo wrestlers were considered like gods, or like the LeBron James of their sport. And I thought that was kind of cool. But while I was there, I learned so much about just the tradition, the culture, and the food is just incredible. Japan actually is my favorite country in the world. I love going there.
And so you also try different foods when you're traveling as well.
Yes.
What's the worst thing you've ever eaten?
Fermented shark.
Fermented shark.
Fermented shark. I had it while I was in Iceland. I don't think it'll make it on
Iceland. You know, just like he's going to New Jersey.
But yeah, they keep it underground for days, and I know it's a certain amount of time. If you take it out too early or take it out too late, it'll actually kill you. So there's that part too. I know. I don't usually tell people this, but then when you eat it, it tastes like ammonia. I'll never do it again. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so that had to be the worst.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to these excursions that you've been on, because I'm not a foodie. I'm married to a chef, but I'm not a foodie.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So one of the things that I got a chance to watch you do was meet up with a gentleman by the name of Jameis.
Yes.
Who took you all over. And some of the things that you tried scared me watching you. And I was glad for a commercial, because when you backed into that cave and you had to then like turn around, imagine this. Here's an inner tube, okay? Jeff is a big guy.
Yeah.
First, how is he going to land in that inner tube? And then once he lands in that inner tube, where is it going to take him?
Right.
And he's doing it backwards. That was scary for me to watch.
I believe it. And you know what? It's interesting because a lot of people have been talking about that experience or when they saw it when it came out the other day. And I didn't even know it was going to be as fearful because I was like, I felt like y'all were a part of that experience now.
Okay.
Now I'm hearing that. And so just as much fear that y'all had and like, the intense, that's the same feeling I was having.
Okay, that was one. This is only one show, yo. So I can only imagine. And here's Jameis, and he's at the end of everything, or with him in the what is it? The kite, not a kite,
the raft.
The raft
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the raft.
And so he's in it. He's involved in it as well. And they put Jeff in the front of this kayak, and they're going down a 23-foot waterfall. And again,
and there was Class 5 whitewater rapids right before that.
Okay, so see,
that's already
all the more dangerous. Okay. And then you get your brother involved. You get Justin involved.
Yeah.
And see, your mom she could have lost 2 sons going up that.
Oh, Lord, no. This was going to make sure. The one thing, and I tell people that is like, I've heard some people say that like, oh, well, you got a whole crew there, so you probably aren't even really doing it all.
Oh, no.
And I said, oh, no. They put me through it. They just made sure I didn't die. Because I realized like that's the only way they're gonna get paid is if they keep me alive. So I was like, okay, they're gonna make sure I stay alive. But that was it. They'll make sure that they have like whatever in place so I don't like fall and like fall off and hurt myself. But other than that, I was literally doing all of those things, and so I did feel some kind of sense of safety. Okay. And I want everybody to know, because my brother said this too before. He was like, man, there's going to be a whole bunch of hurt people trying to go out there and do this. I was like, no, please go with
safely and with a guide.
Yes, with a guide. You need a guide. Do not go and do this yourself.
I will say that, and that here's an additional disclaimer. He is never alone.
Nope.
He is never alone. He always has a guide.
And we have safety people.
Yes.
Multiple people. Shout out to Gaz. He's a ex-commando or from like England and bodyguard, all these things. Like if you think of Traffic, like the movie Traffic with Liam Neeson, that was what he was back in the day. And so he made sure all my stuff was taken care of.
Well, let me also talk about the why. The why you do these things. He does these things so that we can all come beyond our comfort zone.
Yeah.
And especially as a plus-size person, there's no need to be in your feelings. Because Jeff already tried to lose weight. He did that one time. And he, you said the billion-dollar diet industry, doesn't tell you that it's really not going to change how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
Talk about that for a moment.
Yeah, and I still, everything you just said, and I do feel that even when it comes down to just like how you think, like I want to feel good about myself. I do know that there's times when plus size people feel isolated, or anybody feels isolated or intimidated or shamed or embarrassed, it makes you want to shrink in.
Yes.
And so sometimes, like for me, it was like I resorted to food. But I had to learn how to get myself out of that and learn how to embrace like who I am right now. Like if I want to lose weight, I can lose weight. If I don't want to lose weight, I don't have to. But all I'm trying to get at is that I'm here to promote live life now, no matter your size.
And live life beyond your comfort zone, too.
Yes.
That's the big thing. That's the tagline to Never Say Never. That is the name of the show on National Geographic.
It is.
And we are just so grateful that you took a moment to stop by One Take Live here.
I'm so happy to come.
And I got to tell you, next time you get ready to do something, please let us know so we can all be there to cheer you on.
Oh,
or even when you're doing it, know that your Orlando family, we love you, Jeff.
I thank you. I seriously thank you for this. Like, this has been great. It was beautiful just riding around Orlando this morning to come here because I just needed like some grounding. And it's so much fun to be back. There's a lot of newness.
Yeah, there's a lot of newness.
A lot of newness. Every time I come home, I'm like, ooh, what's that? Where'd that come from?
That wasn't there before. One of the things that we said to each other on the phone, I said, Jeff, who are you going to call when you need some encouragement? And I told you, I said, I'll be there for you.
That's what I like to hear.
Because it's got to be rough out there on the road.
It is. It's tough. It's definitely tough. But I appreciate you for having me.
Yes. Thank you so much. Jeff Jenkins, y'all, National Geographic. Never Say Never. Watch it, rewatch it, and then watch it again.
Come on. That's it.